Guys, Matt V's Movies back for another video, and today is going to be looking at a film called The Walk. Now this is a premium edition, so we'll have a bit of a closer look at this, and I'll talk about the film, a bit of trivia and my thoughts on it. Okay, just before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you'll be informed when I upload a new video. Welcome back to existing subscribers. Hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. Please give the video a thumbs up. That really does help out the channel. I do appreciate that. Please share the video. That's always appreciated. Please leave a comment. It's really great to have interaction on the channel. Have you seen this film? What did you think of this? Do you like the edition I'm showing? You know, all this kind of stuff. It's really good to, you know, sort of have interaction on the channel, and I try to reply to all comments where I can. Please find me on Instagram as well. I'm over there, and I post pictures on there every now and again, and the odd little video. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the film The Walk. Hope you enjoy. So The Walk came out in 2015, and in the UK it was rated PG certificate. It's a drama stroke adventure film, and it ran for 2 hours and 3 minutes. Just to give you a brief summary of the film, Philippe Petit, a French street performer, dreams of performing daring stunts. He attempts to walk between the twin towers of the World Trade Center in New York on a tightrope. The release date in the US was the 30th of September 2015, and this was directed by Robert Zemeckis. Obviously he's famous for the Back to the Future trilogy, Castaway, and the Christmas Carol animated film, which you've also got. This was based on a true story, and there was a book that Philippe Petit wrote called To Reach the Clouds. Music was by Alan Silvestri, and this was distributed by TriStar Pictures / Sony Pictures. Cast included Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Philippe Petit, Charlotte Le Bon as Annie Alex, Ben Kingsley, Papa Rudy, James Badge Dale as Jean-Pierre, Ben Schwartz Albert, Steve Valentine as Barry, Benedict Samuel as David, Caesar Domboy as Jeff. So just to give you some trivia about the film, Philippe Petit personally trained Joseph Gordon-Levitt on how to walk on a tightrope. When the training started, Petit predicted that Gordon-Levitt would need no more than 8 days of training to be able to walk on a wire alone, which came true. During the New York City premiere, the realism of the climax caused some viewers to actually throw up from the vertigo. At least one reviewer claimed that the director, Robert Zemeckis, responded he didn't believe that report, but the goal was to evoke the feeling of vertigo. He worked really hard to put the audience up on those towers and on the wire. While attending Columbia University from 2000 to 2004, Joseph Gordon-Levitt studied French poetry and became an avid Francophile. He already spoke French before he began working on this movie. Imax Vr has a virtual reality experience of this movie where the guests actually tightropes across the twin towers. Joseph Gordon-Levitt had to wear blue contact lenses for the role of Philippe Petit. This movie was based on the same book as James Marsh's documentary Man on a Wire, which came out in 2008. There is also a short book version for children filmed as the cartoon Between the Towers in 2005. And also, Tom Hanks's voice stars in the film as the voice of the security guard on the roof who is summoned downstairs for pizza. Hanks previously starred in 2 Robert Zemeckis movies, Forrest Gump and Castaway. I didn't know that. Okay, so this is the edition that I've got, and it's a full slip edition. We've got some nice spot gloss on the title treatment, and this is kind of all embossed. The building, you can kind of feel it's all textured. There's some spot gloss on the main character, and you can see it's a Triumph True Story. There's the bottom wraparound, got the spine, and then on the back you've got the kind of view of the rest of New York between the 2 towers. On the top, this is also spot gloss. So yeah, quite a nice edition. Okay, so we'll just get the inside out. This is quite a nice sturdy box, and the actual artwork goes on the inside, and there's actually a slip cover there, backing slip. We'll have a look at that in a sec. So yeah, you can kind of see that the sort of artwork goes on the inside. Okay, so this is actually a Kimchidvd edition. It's limited to 500 copies, and my copy is 154. Some of this is in, I think, maybe Korean, but you do have a little bit of English here as well. This is a 1080p Blu-ray and also a 3D presentation. So, yeah, pause if you want to read the tech specs. We also got a 5.1 DTS master audio mix on both the 3D and the 2D. And we've got some other languages as well. Okay, so this is the steelbook. We've got a very nice image on the front here of one of the towers, kind of looking up, and you can see at the top the tightrope and Philippe on basically kind of in the middle of it all, going across. There's the spine, and on the back, nice image of the 2 towers, and obviously the tightrope going across the middle. The artwork kind of continues to wrap over on the top and on the bottom. Open it up, I've got some postcards. I'll look at those in a sec. Okay, so we've got a 3D disc. And the 2D Blu-ray. And then we've got a nice image of Philippe about to start his journey across the tightrope, and sort of see a panoramic view of New York City. So that, yeah, it's really nice internal art, this. So yeah, a really nice steelbook. We get some little postcards as well with this set. Nothing on the back of these, they're just plain. And obviously there's a lot of preparation that went into before obviously he attempted this. You know, there's a lot of time about well, you know, preparing to do it. I mean, absolutely an amazing feat to be honest, to do this, you know. And that's the last one. And I also have a lenticular slipcover, which I picked up. I actually went, I think this is from the UK edition, so I picked this one up first, and then I managed to get the Kimchi edition. So I think at the time I'd sold on the original Amaray, but I decided to keep the slipcover because it's such a nice slip, There's a lot of depth with this. It feels almost like you're sort of looking, well, you're looking down, but sort of below, obviously, the tightrope. It just, there's an incredible amount of depth on this. It's pretty impressive. It's a very nice lenticular. And then we look on the back, so you've got the usual sort of tech specs on the back. And if you want to read that, that just gives you a little bit more information about the film. So yeah, you know, it's a Sony release that we had in the UK. Obviously this came with the 3D and the 2D edition. So yeah, I'm really pleased I kept hold of that slipcover, to be honest. So what did I think of this film? Yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's been some time since I've seen this film, but I do remember enjoy watching it. It's an interesting story. This was a guy, he wanted to achieve something in his life, and you know, it's something that will probably never ever be repeated. Obviously with the, you know, the two twin towers no longer being on the New York skyline. This was kind of a pivotal moment in history that this guy was able to do this. You know, I mean, he got arrested obviously for doing it. I mean, it was an incredibly dangerous and some may say stupid thing to do, but he was a guy that wanted to challenge himself and prove that things could be done. Very much like explorers, I suppose, you know, people that go up Everest and K2 and Ben Nevis and, you know, the Himalayas and all this. You know, he was a kind of an adventurer. He wanted to achieve something and he did it. And, you know, absolutely amazing, you know, kind of, how can I say, sort of show of what the human spirit can do, you know. Fantastic, really. And on to the picture quality. I mean, you know, this film was fantastic in 3D. You know, at times where you feel like you're almost up there with this guy. You know, if you're a sort of sufferer of vertigo, I wouldn't recommend kind of watching this film in 3D, because I think it would probably bring on that sort of sickness and whatnot. But I think even in 2D, you know, people would find it still quite immersive. But the 3D is absolutely fantastic in this. It really does, you know, that sense of depth and looking through a window, but whilst he's crossing the twin towers, you kind of, it just, yes, it just, you feel like you're there with this guy. It's so difficult to describe, really. You can only really watch it in 3D to really sort of appreciate what I'm saying. But I don't believe there's a 4K of this that I'm aware of anyway. Maybe there will be a 4K at some point, and I'm sure that would look really good. You know, you've got a lot of sort of cityscape shots in this. I mean, quite a lot of the film is kind of him in preparation for this, you know, sort of practicing, sort of, you know, sort of, and a little bit about the character, where he's come from, and, you know, why he wants to achieve this. So it's really towards the end of the film that you really get the, you know, the sort of the depth, the 3D depth that's coming into this thing. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. If you enjoy 3D and you've got the capability to watch it, I definitely would recommend picking this up on 3D. I don't think you'd be disappointed. I certainly, you know, enjoyed it, and you know, it's the only way I'd really watch the film, to be honest. But and there are some special features on here as well, talking a bit about the film and a little bit about the you know, sort of background to this to this guy. And as I say, there earlier on I mentioned there's a documentary, not included in this set, but about this guy, and I think it's quite a fascinating doc. I've not actually seen that, but yeah, I need to check that out at some point. And on to the sound. I mean, it's a 5.1 DTS master audio mix. Again, it's nothing sort of amazing. It's not really that kind of film that's sort of huge effects. I mean, you get the effects of obviously the wire, you know, sort of vibrations and this kind of thing. But yeah, I don't think it's really a sort of film that sort of focuses on the sound. It is the visuals in this that you're really looking for. So, but yeah, you know, a good mix. You know, you're still getting some good left and right separation. You know, rear effects, but I think even if it was to go to 4K, I'm not so sure that an Atmos would really lend anything to this, because from what I can remember, as I say, it's more about the visuals in this film. Hey guys, that was a closer look at the film The Walk. Hope you enjoyed that, and my little sort of talk about the film and, you know, trivia, etc. So yeah, hope that's been of interest to you. Anyway, thanks very much for watching the video, guys. Take care and see you in the next one. Bye now.